Get out of the street.
What's your name real quick?
Officer Myers, 6181.
I'm recording you on purpose.
That's fine, get out of the street.
I'm recording you specifically on purpose.
What I fucking tell you, I told you, I fucking told you. Fuck that bitch, you know what's funny? Her sergeant gave us permission to be there.
Oh, really?
That fucking sergeant.
Well, I'm gonna keep walking by. I'm gonna keep walking back and forth.
Alright, everyone, let's start with a moment that immediately sets the stage for chaos and contradiction. A citizen stands just a few steps away from a police officer, asking a question that cuts straight to the heart of enforcement double standards. Apparently, if I'm holding popcorn, I'm allowed to get close, but if I'm holding a camera, suddenly it's a problem. The tension is immediate, electric, and impossible to ignore. That simple question carries the weight of the First Amendment itself, challenging authority in the most basic yet profound way. What happens next isn't just another clip from the streets, it's a clear reflection of how power responds when someone points a lens at it. Tonight, Officer Myers, now infamously dubbed Popcorn Myers, embodies that very contradiction, showing the clash between rules and reason in real time.
Let's say we're standing like between the cop cars. Since you guys are standing there, right? And the cars are here, are we cool to stand there and just like, not like be up on you, but just like in the median?
But it's not illegal for us to stand in the middle right here at this time?
Since the cars are here, you guys...
so as long as you guys are cognizant of that, if we need emergency medical attention.
And if you guys gotta go hands-on or whatever the case, you know, medical pulls up, we'll get out, but we respect that.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
I already told you, get out of the street.
Is that a lawful order?
Yep.
It is?
Get out of the street. You're
What's
a pedestrian in a roadway.
It's a lawful order?
Pedestrian in a roadway. I need you to
What
get out
would
of
be
the
the
street.
crime, though?
Do so now or you will be arrested.
I just talked
get
to
out of the street.
your sergeant just told me I can be here. Why do you think I'm back? Yeah. We just had a conversation with the sergeant. He said we can stand here.
Okay,
As the camera keeps rolling, the citizen maintains his distance, calm, steady, and unshaken by the flashing lights or the looming presence of authority. Officer Myers steps forward, insisting he leave the street, her commands sharp and rigid, as if reading directly from a script she's memorized. But the law doesn't bend to volume or attitude, it bends to facts and fairness. The man stands his ground, refusing to shrink back, making it clear that a uniform doesn't grant anyone the right to criminalize discomfort or dissent. This isn't defiance for the sake of defiance, it's accountability in action. The surrounding crowd watches in tense silence as Myers' composure begins to crack. Every gesture, every pause, every frustrated word is captured on tape, not just her orders, but the unmistakable moment when authority starts to feel the weight of scrutiny and transparency.
Man, this lady is a bitch.
Go get that conversation back.
Well, I told her as long as they stay out of our way.
he's not. He's totally in my way.
Just stay out of her way, that's all
I'm not in her way.
You're in my personal bubble, though. Okay, and it makes me uncomfortable. I have weapons on me that are within hands reach.
You're escalating and you're raising your
okay.
voice. You've been
I need you to back
aggressive
away from
since
me.
the beginning.
Back away from me.
Is it illegal? I'm not. Is there a crime scene? I'm not interfering with anything.
No, but you are in my area. I need you to back away. You're
Is that
within
a lawful
hands.
order?
It
You gave me a lawful. What's the law?
You're within hands reach of my weapons, and I need you to back up.
I'll talk to her.
Like about a year ago, like I said, a year ago, she used my government name, said where I work, and she knew what she was doing because she knows I post my interactions on YouTube. Simple as that. And I do need her business card now because I will be filing a complaint. Nothing for you. If I can just say Hey, why are you videoing first?
He's a bitch, that's why.
Why?
The tension escalates quickly. Officer Myers insists the man is breaking the law, labeling him a pedestrian in the roadway, her tone strict and unyielding. But just minutes before, her own sergeant had approved him standing exactly where he was. The citizen questions her calmly yet firmly, prompting her to double-check her own instructions. That moment becomes emblematic of something much deeper, the fragile edges of authority when confronted with knowledge and clarity. Frustration bubbles up, her voice grows sharper, and the threads of her argument start to unravel. Meanwhile, the camera never blinks. Every shot, every frame lays bare how intimidation and anger often replace logic when those in power feel their control slipping, revealing the human side of authority under pressure.
To my girlfriend a while ago, and then she's trying to give me unlawful orders and saying she's going to arrest me, and her sergeant basically told her to kick rocks, so... Hey Myers, how come that guy was allowed to stand right next to you? I thought you couldn't have anyone next to your gun like that. Remember what you told me? It's just me because I got a camera or what? And because you're so rude to my girlfriend last time you talked to her? How come you weren't going to arrest that guy for being on the street? Remember when you said you're going to arrest me for being in the street, but that guy was cool, huh? Myers, I think you got pretty girl syndrome, Myers.
Moments later, Officer Myers reveals a side that goes beyond the badge. She claims the man is invading her personal space, insisting that because her weapons are nearby, his mere presence becomes a threat. It's a familiar tactic, turning fear into authority, cloaking insecurity as control. Yet the citizen remains composed, steady, and unwavering, calmly asserting his rights while showing no sign of intimidation. He points out that she is the one escalating what could have remained a simple, civil encounter. The layers run deeper. Just a year ago, Myers allegedly attempted to expose his real identity online, turning what should have been accountability into a personal vendetta. What plays out in front of the camera isn't law enforcement, it's retaliation dressed up as procedure. And through it all, the camera stays steady, capturing every tense second, ensuring the truth remains visible, undeniable, and impossible to bury.
Act like that because you're pretty and you're used to getting away with it. What's up?
Why do you guys all film the same thing? Wouldn't you get better footage if you guys split up?
We do. We split up. And we'll share each other's footage.
It just seems like you guys are following each other. It seems like you'd get more footage if you...
That's true. We do split up temporarily and then we come back just in case somebody's in trouble. I don't like him to get too far out of my range, you know.
Oh, so
just in case something happens to him.
Keep an eye on him.
We keep an eye on each other, yeah. So he'll venture off. He got some stuff over there. I might borrow that from him, stuff like that. So.
But they're two different channels.
Yeah. We share footage, stuff like that. But hey, man, I just want to let you know, I think I like your demeanor. You're cool. The reason I was recording Myers is because how rude she was to my girlfriend several months ago, and then I came over here and she was threatening me with arrest for standing in that median.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, my girlfriend. She does recording too, and she had an interaction with Myers, and she was really rude to her.
When was that?
How long ago was that?
Probably close to a year now.
About a year ago, yeah.
I was like, I sent over here. That light's.
Oh yeah,
give me a migraine.
Yeah, let me just turn that off for you, bro. So anyways, there was after...
Then comes the moment that lays the double standard bare for everyone to see. Another man casually walks up, holding nothing more than a bag of popcorn, standing just as close to the officers as the auditor. Instantly, the rules shift, no demands for ID, no sharp commands, no orders to step back. The contrast is undeniable, and the camera captures it flawlessly, cutting through the tension like a spotlight of truth. When pressed to explain her inconsistency, Officer Myers falters, retreating into silence as her authority begins to crumble under the weight of her own bias. The citizen seizes the moment, delivering the single, piercing question that defines the entire encounter: so, it's okay if it's popcorn, but not if it's a camera. That line lands like a verdict, not mocking, but principled, exposing just how easily authority bends when fairness and equality come knocking.
Me with the rest, and then I said, hey, I talked to you, you already said we could be here. Like 10 minutes later, there was some guy holding some popcorn, standing like right next to her like this. Remember she said I couldn't be within arm's reach? There's some guy right there, and I called her out on it. I was like, hey man, how come you're not threatening him with arrest for standing in the median, right? So that's all, man. It's just like it can't be selective persecution, right? It has to be for everyone. So I appreciate you not discriminating against us because we have cameras. She just doesn't like it, and so... You know, but you can't threaten people with arrest for doing something if they're going to allow others to do it, that's all.
So what's your policy? Like this young lady doesn't want to be on your channel because of her job. She doesn't want it to get blasted.
This lady?
Yeah, what would you do for that?
Well, she's in public, so there's no
It doesn't
expectation
matter.
of privacy in public, right? I mean,
Yeah.
You know that. So.
I'm just wondering from, you know,
I typically, I try.
humanity point
Right.
standpoint,
No,
you know what I
I'm not
mean?
trying to deny people's humanity,
Yeah.
but like, typically I'll try to keep people off if they don't want. Government
Like, can you
officials.
blur their face or something?
I have blurred people's faces before, but I usually don't do that because that kind of takes the point of what we're doing away because, like I said, Cats versus United States, there's no expectation of privacy in public.
Yeah, I understand that.
What started as a tense street confrontation quickly grows into a larger lesson about rights, responsibility, and the role of accountability. The citizen remains calm and measured, carefully explaining the legal foundation behind public recording, emphasizing that in public spaces there is no reasonable expectation of privacy, a principle reinforced by decades of Supreme Court precedent. His aim isn't to provoke or humiliate, it's to ensure safety, transparency, and truth. Every frame captured by the camera becomes a living record, a visual reminder that accountability flourishes when evidence is clear and accessible. This is civic participation at its most direct and powerful, a quiet yet profound way to safeguard democracy through vigilance. One officer begins to grasp the purpose behind the lens, acknowledging its role in documentation and integrity. But Officer Myers has already reached a breaking point, not because of force, not because of numbers, but because logic, reason, and the undeniable weight of constitutional principle have overtaken her defenses.
What we're doing, so
Yeah.
that's the whole point. And like, I don't go out of my way to record citizens. If I'm recording her, it's actually for her safety. I mean, you guys seem pretty decent, so I don't feel like you guys are going to be doing anything crazy, but that's what we do. We're just here to protect them. So
Yeah, and I understand, you know, filming us, and obviously I got no problem with that. I'm just wondering, when you have a citizen that says, you know what, man, I understand I'm in public, but I don't want to be on your channel, do you guys normally say okay, or?
if somebody says, hey, I don't want to be recorded, and we're just in public, I'll keep them off. But if they try to like start a conversation with me, then I'm recording because I document every interaction I have. So if I don't mind keeping them off if they don't want it, but a lot of times people come up, like walk up to me and say, hey, I don't want to be recorded. And I'm like, I wasn't even going to record you, but you came up to me, so you're talking to me now, so now I'm going to record you. But no, typically, like if I go into a government building, I'll specifically try to keep them off. If I do record them, it's usually inadvertently.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, sir. You get pulled over tonight. Can I see your license and registration? I smell alcohol. Yeah. Is that an open container right there, sir? You got any weapons in the vehicle? Yep. Yeah? Do you have a valid driver's license? Yeah.
Okay, driver's license, proof of insurance, registration, please.
The emergency brake's on, bud.
I don't know where it's at.
It's down here. You see it right there?
Oh,
All right.
you're here.
So, that shows the signs of intoxication, okay? So I'm going to have you step out of the vehicle here shortly. Alrighty, thank you for cooperating. Keep your hands where I can see them, okay?
That's cool though, you guys didn't have it towed. You guys are just gonna leave it here? Yeah. That's right on, we like that.
She'll probably, a lot of times somebody will have like a friend come and pick it up or something like that because it's kind of not in a hurry.
As the night begins to settle, another scene unfolds just a few blocks away, a separate traffic stop, handled with calm professionalism. This time, the officers follow procedure to the letter, demonstrating that integrity, respect, and proper conduct still exist behind the badge. The contrast, however, is striking. For every officer who honors the law with fairness, there's a Popcorn Myers ready to let arrogance and misuse of power tarnish the uniform. The narrator reminds us that accountability doesn't end with exposure, it begins with awareness. Every recording, every act of transparency, strengthens the vital connection between justice and truth. When citizens continue to document responsibly, and officers hold themselves and their peers to the same standards, genuine reform stops being just an idea, it becomes a movement. So remember, know your rights, record responsibly, and never let intimidation silence you. Stay vigilant, stay firm, and keep the lens of truth focused on the world around you.